God is trying to speak through you, but you are worried about brand consistency. I'm going to repeat that. God is trying to speak through you, but you are worried about brand consistency. So I read that earlier this week, and it really stayed with me. My name is Letitia Weber, and I've been postponing, avoiding, just speaking up. And sometimes I do record something, and then afterwards I watch it and I judge it and I delete it, or I try to edit it, and I just waste a lot of time, and I feel so frustrated afterwards. So I'm just going to trust and get out of the way, and know that these are the words from my heart, but it's also, I want to share with you just how amazing it is and feels to not only hear God's voice, but to deeply obey and to listen, and to experience the Holy Spirit moving through you. So last week, Saturday, I went for a hike to the waterfalls. It's beautiful. It's my place where I love to praise and worship. And yeah, but then God said to me, He really wants me in church on Sunday. Thing is, I've been to many churches in the past, and I always go with a big expectation and a big hunger, and oftentimes I am left empty and disappointed. But I thought, okay, let's do it. I went to a church in my area. When I got there was not a soul. I think they were still on holiday. So I'm like, okay, what now? I'm ready. Yeah, I am. Should I just go for a walk like I normally do alone? Or maybe there's another church to go to? And I remember that I actually drove past one of the churches. So I got there, and I wasn't even in by the door, and a lovely lady came to greet me, as if she's known me for years. And as I entered, I saw a familiar face there in the distance. That familiar face looked back at me. We greeted each other, and she said, "Letitia, you won't believe it, but last night the Lord told me to invite you to church." So I'm glad I got the invite and confirmation. We started talking, and I asked her how long she's been with the church, and she told me of where the church started about 7 years ago, underneath a big tree close to where I stay. And as we talked more, I realized that it's actually the tree at my house. Yeah. And when I just moved here to Montague a year ago, I saw this beautiful tree, and I knew it was special, and I started clearing up and making pretty, because my goal was to host some kind of circle or a gathering, and I could feel it's a very sacred and special place. So to know that church would have started here was even more confirmation of a feeling of a homecoming, a feeling of belonging. And it was a beautiful experience at church. It was a beautiful message, and I left there feeling empowered, a deep confirmation, and just like I took a sip of something that quenched my thirst.